Товарищи, приветствую на канале. Продолжаем проходить Hogwarts Legacy. Снова возвращаемся в этот мир магии. Вот уже, наверное, третий раз или четвертый. Я все не могу никак закончить эту игру. Но оставлять не вариант. Надо добить, какой бы она ни была. А в прошлой части была одна основная миссия пройдена. Это возвращение яйца дракону. Да, отстань ты от меня. Так, возвращение яйца дракону было. Вместе с Поппи мы это делали. И после завершения с Поппи болтали. И она как-то очень стремительно с нами попрощалась. Что довольно странно. Наверное, будет тому какое-то объяснение. Также пытался выполнить задание там дополнительное мадам Чесноук, профессора Чесноук. Чтобы выучить новое заклинание, это оказалось довольно сложным, так как надо было применить кучу всяких растений одновременно, и это получилось только, по-моему, со второго или третьего раза, и я вообще потратил все золото, чтобы закупиться всеми этими растениями. Но в итоге сделать все это удалось. Так что давайте продолжать по основным миссиям. Что-то на Гоббледуке. Ну, погнали. Так, куда нас ведет? Куда? Мне надо наверх? Серьезно? Ну ладно. Так, нам куда? Нам наверх, походу.
Stumbled over all the words. I think I even bought bins. That's saying something.
Че, еще выше? Блин, надо, наверное, мотылька найти.
Lumos.
Голда — это хорошо. Голдишка нам не помешает. Так, это собственно, это место.
Lumos.
Чё, где? Кто? Так, ты со мной. Ты со мной. Товарищ, который любит смотреть на звезды.
Hello, Armeet. Do I recall you saying that you speak Gobbledуке?
I did. I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves Gobbledуке. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Погнали к шахте.
Lodgok is waiting. Should we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Вот цикло такое.
Revelio.
Так. Судя по расстоянию далековато, это, наверное, где-то Хоксмит. А нет, в другой стороне, да, и я тут даже не был. Так, ну, наверное... Господи, ни хрена себе тут вообще. Сколько всего. Ладно. Ближайшее место дальше на метле.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Так, рябинового отвара хватает у нас, собственно. Вау. Гиппогрифы летают. Так, ну чё, нам надо запрыгивать на метлу. Так, где-то на этой стороне быстрое перемещение, надо его активировать будет. Чтоб потом, если чё, побыстрее все это. А это чё? Ну вы еще скажите, что это просто так.
Revelio.
Правда, просто так. Забавные цветы.
Would you mind helping a wizard in distress?
How nice to see you, my young friend.
What is it? What's wrong?
Goblins, that's what. Ranrock's lot. Nasty creatures. Ambush me they did. Nothing's safe anymore. I need a little something. Something to protect me if I run into them again. Maxima potion, that would do it.
If you can't defend yourself, you'd be better off staying out of their way. I'm not giving you charity.
You'll be sorry. When Ranrock's loyalists come to take me away, you'll be sorry then. If a wizard can't count on someone
Ой, да ладно,
to
чувак.
help against goblins, what is it?
Ничего такого страшного.
Revelio.
Так, дамочка, а вы тут чем приторговываете?
Let's have a look, shall we?
А, у меня 277
So
голды.
nice of you to stop by.
Это вообще ни о чем просто.
I should investigate.
Так, что тут гоблины мутят? Привет, чувак.
A friend who speaks Gobbleduke is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metalworker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here
he's...
comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak Gobbledy-gook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen. Either by the eye above the enchanted door, or a loitering loyalist.
Что за дверь?
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Ну, собственно, как сундуки,
Amit and I
понятно.
can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Получается, они обыскивают все хранилища вот этих вот великих чародеев. А я уже, сколько, 2 из них или 3. Рекхэм, Руквуд. Да, я только 2 обчистил, получается.
Where are the two of you headed? No,
Следующее, это ж там
don't tell me.
задание от директора школы прошлого. А, и прямо вот тут.
Quite good at sneaking about. You'll see.
The door is looking at us.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Чувак вообще первый раз попал в такие шахты.
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we? Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward. Confringo.
Так, тут у нас что? 3 золота. Это же пипец.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Arrest them. Expelliarmus. Accio.
Так, что происходит?
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Accio.
Ты залез? Опа, враги.
We need to be careful. As I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least.
Блин, придется, наверное, с боем прорываться.
Accio.
Ranrock is sure to appreciate the extra work we're doing. Matter of time till Ranrock sets things right.
Много гоблинов.
What's that shit?
Accio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Incendio.
Ай-яй-яй.
Expelliarmus. Confringo.
Find him!
That's the last loyalist. That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Armit. You have my word.
А, дверь, которая нас не пустит, да?
We're being watched by a door.
Ладно, ладно, я понял, отходим.
I'll be quiet.
Это у них здесь прям какие-то залежи чего-то непонятные, какие механизмы.
Expelliarmus. Confringo.
Так, а мне не нравится, ну-ка. Это у нас взрыв же, да, вроде бы? Я бы вот эту штуку поставил. Здесь вот так. Ну да, пойдет.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound to be plans around here somewhere.
You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make.
A schematic. They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Ты что-то как-то быстро ознакомился с схемой. Так, может быть, надо все-таки через низ. Ну-ка. Я попрошу вас там не ломать ничего. Что за палево? Так, ну это какие-то столовые, что ли. Так, а наверху чуваки. Но я думаю, что наверх все равно надо сходить. А где третий, вот.
Defender, Expelliarmus.
Fascinating to see Gobbledуке written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Тут ничего полезного, да, вроде как, ладно.
Yes, of course. If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Так, ну тут как-то их многовато.
Lucky if I fit in one now.
Сильно многовато. Вы охренели, что ли, а? Ой-ой-ой.
Accio. Propendo. Descendo. How nice of
Ребята, вы чё?
Arresto.
Descendo.
Descendo. Defender. Guardian Leviosa.
Not quite.
Что происходит?
You seem too postponingly and...
Expelliarmus.
Да охренели, что ли? Нафиг.
Protego.
I've been fighting since before you were born. Your spells glance off of me.
Ты смотри, что делает.
Imperial.
Come here.
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected. Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Да им все равно. Они тут, походу, возведут что-то грандиознейшее. Хотя они, может, здесь что-то отливают, скорее всего. Кузницы всякие. Чаны тут с водой.
Incendio.
Так.
Accio.
Что у нас тут наверху? По-моему, это шаг назад. Так, ну и что же тут за механизм-то запустил я? Там мне пригодятся.
Devil's snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now. Lumos.
Lumos!
Ай, надо спрятаться. Ну, надо снайпера вырубать. Хотя снайпера можно было бы, чтобы он был за нас. Давай-ка воюй там.
How dare you use that spell on me? You can't stop us.
Glacier. Defender. Expelliarmus. Confringo.
When do you think you give up? Stop it! Are you quite finished? You don't think you can speak, do you?
Давай, давай, перемещаемся.
Confringo.
Rubber up white.
Expelliarmus. Defender.
Have you not heard me?
Confringo. Potato.
Держи наковальню, дружок.
Expelliarmus. Defender.
I don't be worried about you.
Confringo. Bombarder. Expelliarmus.
I won't rest.
Depulso. Imperium.
Давай, повоюй за нас.
Depulso. Glacier. Protego. Expelliarmus. Defender.
Unforgivable.
Confringo.
Yes, truly.
Depulso. Glaciers.
Охренели, нападайте. Как тебе больно?
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, I'll meet.
Так. У нас есть замечательная дверь.
Accio.
Которая, походу, нифига сейчас не откроет. Надо сходить. Или я отсюда вышел? Нет, я отсюда не выходил. Я этажом ниже был. Да?
Revelio.
Ну, не очень понятно, ну ладно. Спрячемся.
Don't wish to be
А вдруг прокатит?
Confringo.
Ну что, добрались?
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
А куда они буриться собрались, интересно?
There must be a quicker way out of here than retracing our steps.
Было бы неплохо.
Accio.
Красота.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Вообще там по картинке было понятно, ну, более-менее, что это буры. И нафиг его надо было брать с собой.
We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
И нас даже ни один гоблин не встретил.
Can we please talk about what just happened?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Да. Это подзакручивается все.
I know what that means. Merlin trial. I hope Professor Fitzgerald has confirmed what she needed to. I have to complete the next trial as soon as I can. Accio!
Неплохо покатился. Вот в чем был подвох.
Revelio.
Че, заново не появится? Да что ж такое?
This looks intriguing.
Ладно, черт с ним. Так, давайте продолжаем. Тогда с заданием говорит директриса. Это у нас уже, получается, будет третье из таких основных заданий от хранителей. Да ладно, елка.
Accio!
Типа Новый год, все дела. Так, а мне куда? Стоп, 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 стоп. Че все тупит? Что с навигатором? Серьезно? Что за бред? Да вы издеваетесь. Это же где-то вот... Я помню этот проход, блин. Ой, фигня. Мне можно как-нибудь уже войти?
Revelio.
Oh, my exams. Phew. Not a one of them deserves one.
Но походу наконец-таки сориентировался. Ха. Который находится в зале картографии. Я вообще что-то въехать не могу. Как так? Что за бредятина? Темное искусство не то. И неужели сюда нельзя было, блин, нормальным путем меня привести?
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Интересная задача.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Так, а где задача поговорить с Фигом?
You can't imagine how easy was before I invented it.
Оборотка? Хо-хо-хо. Интересная история. Попасть в зал можно только через оборотку. Ха. Точнее, не в зал, а в этот кабинет. Почему просто пробраться нельзя на инвизе там, например? Блин, как далеко фиг забрался. Точнее, наверное, не так. Какой большой Хогвартс. Ну, либо...
If he thinks he's getting away with it, he has another thing coming.
Либо меня опять навигатор ведет куда-то не туда. Ну да. Зачем смотреть на индикацию, я понял.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Серьезно, у тебя готовое зелье под оборотку быть директором? Серьезно?
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Ну это вообще, конечно, какой-то бред. Фиг такой взял и заварил оборотку под директора. Может, он что-то промышляет? Там, наверное, директором становится.
A moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I did?
I did, yes. Well, spit it out sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets...
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the future of the wizarding world.
What could the headmaster want?
Да, директор. Великий и ужасный. Весь в прыщах.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have...
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children!
Professor, a word?
Давай говорить, куда пошла?
Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
Прямо вжился в
Has
роль.
anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
Да что ж такое? Заклинания не работают?
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Блин, чё же выбрать? Ладно, будем совсем такими.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Что-то напортачили, наверное.
Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that now.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing.
Wait until Master sees.
Ahem. Attention, Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
Так, и чё? Наверное, про чистоту крови.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah, yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
Ржака.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Так, а где найти эту горгулю?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Ну почему задание не появляется?
Most pleased to be included.
О! Интересно, кстати. Типа горгуля заклинание там голос проверяет, а кто его говорит, не проверяет. Посмотрим, как там в кабинете у директора. Все в золоте, наверное. Че он так высоко сидит? Нифига себе. Нормальный такой рыцарь. Так, я что-то аж не туда куда-то свернул. Тут-то какой-то мрачняк. Все такое темное. Мне кажется, у него должен быть телепорт во все места, какие только можно. Пока спустишься отсюда, уже день закончится.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password.
Revelio.
Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
Так, а вот он, этот самый кабинет.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? Revelio.
Так, а что здесь? Есть что-нибудь еще? Средство для укрепления волос. Воск для усов. Чесалка для спины с золотой ручкой. Счет в министерство. Да что ты такое? Чё тупит все? Вот он охреневший, а?
That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak.
Интересно. Прикольно нарисовали.
In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
Так, а воевать я не могу. То есть это тупо стелс. Интересно.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
Чё, где? Что происходит?
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. I need to time this just right.
Да меня спалили. Тупанул я.
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? I need to time this just right.
Какая-то мрачная история. Кругом смерть.
I see. A staircase straight ahead.
А что это за смерть? Чума какая-нибудь?
Ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. This is my chance. Come and leave.
Я не понял, какой шанс.
Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
Ну вот так, я думаю.
That's where I need to go, but I need to
Тихо,
find
тихо,
a way
тихо.
past them.
Давайте отворачивайтесь. Ну да, мне кажется, здесь, короче, чума в этом городе. Раз тут везде смерть.
Nothing this way, but more danger. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. Close tight. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward.
Оп-оп. Неожиданно. И куда он делся? Блин.
Now's my chance.
Да я иду.
That's the way forward. Can this be? I think I'm invisible.
Мантия-невидимка. Но палочкой я все равно не могу действовать. Использовать ее. Так, а если мантия, то что? Можно беспрепятственно идти?
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them.
Вообще огонь. Я надеюсь, эта мантия останется со мной. Полностью невидимый.
This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
Че это, какая-нибудь особая там бузиновая палочка?
I've never felt such power.
Не трать попусту. Да, конечно, я не буду. Я надеюсь, у этой палочки нет зарядов. Так, набор заклинаний ограниченный. Ну, вроде не сложно. Ау. Да почему? А у меня что, не действует это? О, работает. Да, я вас сейчас всех размотаю. Охренеть, ты мне вмазала. Так, кому-то нужна наша помощь, похоже. Кто-то где-то кричал. Ой-ой-ой. Нифига ты здоровяк. Да, давай, уворачиваться. Почему так много? Я не понимаю, они бесконечные, что ли? Ламбада ваша, ламбада. Ну, уворачивайся. Последний остался. Ну, большой туповатый, как обычно, эти орки. Смерть такая, да ты охренел, что ли? Ты чё? Типа, ни хрена ты дерзкий, да? Давай, выворачивайся! Ну, ну. И смерть, главное, наблюдает. Чё он, как он? Блин, я, честно сказать, не хочу тратить заряды этой энергии. И, походу, придется. Вообще. Что происходит? Офигеть, офигеть. Минус один здоровяк. Ура. Какая-то более-менее победа. А у меня нет зарядов. У меня нет зарядов. Я почти всю энергию потратил. Точнее, не энергию, а эти хпшечки. Но если новых не будет, то, наверное, вывезу. Смерть такая сейчас, ну нифига ты дерзкий. Дерзкий тип. Не буду с тобой связываться, да? Ну, было сильно, конечно.
Stone. This must be for me.
Ну да, простой, конечно. Самой смертью уворачиваешься, простой камень.
are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
Так, ну это уже третий вроде бы как заход. Я думаю, это будет финалочка сейчас.
I can't believe she's dead.
Или это вообще конец?
Let us always honor her memory.
Всё, Ниф умерла такой молодой. Директор
May her memory
школы.
be a treasure to us forever.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self.
Так что случилось-то? Почему умерла такой молодой?
But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands,
saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
В смысле, у нее боль забрала? Короче, я думаю, Исидора прям переполнилась этой всякой болью и стала какой-то злой. Такие я не оставляю этой идеи.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Так, 4, да? Так, ну у нас тут всякие второстепеночки. Пока что. В следующей части прохождения выполним основу для шантажа и вызов браконьеров. Ну и там, я думаю, после выполнения этих 2 второстепенных более-менее что-то подъедет. Уже, по-моему, подъехало, да? Да, много тут всяких заданий. В следующей части, в общем, начнем со второстепенных. Если времени хватит, то начнем основное. Спасибо за просмотр. Подписывайтесь на канал. Всем пока-пока.